on the tutorial. This is kind of cool.
Hi, I'm Sicilee Williams, and today I'm going to be talking about why newspapers should be completely online. If you look at this newspaper, everyone's seen one, and they're just big and hard and confusing. Whenever I start reading an article and it says move to A26, does anybody really know where to go? So whenever, this thing is huge. It has ads, it has everything in it. And it's kind of confusing for most, and as a teenage girl who has her little devices and everything, I'd much rather see it online, easy to look at, and not as confusing. So the first thing I want to talk about is the history of newspapers. It started off slow. I don't know what to do. Okay, it started off slow, and here is a picture of around the 1700s, they used this for a printing press. And they're just plain newspapers. They're pretty boring. There's not much to look at. Not really colorful pictures or anything. And so now we move on to the next slide. And here it's easier to look at, more colorful, and it's getting into a lot better visually. And so as time moves on, this is 1935. Oh, you're fine. 1935, 1900s, and 2004. So you can see the continuing how much better and better it's getting to look. So as of right now, our news looks about like 2004, and our newspaper not as much. But as of right now, we should be keep moving forward with the technology that we have and those sort of things. If you look at the money it costs to print and then the money it would cost for doing it online, the print is greatly inconsistent. In 2009, it fell way deep, and this is from the Newspaper Association of America. If we switched to having newspapers online, we would save a ton of money, and it would be better for our environment also by not printing all of the paper off. Okay, today I interviewed some students, next one, and how many of you have your cell phone or your internet device, easy, quick, at your fingertips? So today I interviewed a group of 20 students from Mary High School, and all 20 of them said that they had a device that they looked at that they could easily access internet, and they had used it within the last 24 hours. And I asked them about newspaper and when's the last time they touched a newspaper or read it. 11 of those people could not figure out when they last had seen a newspaper or used it. They said that they had to use it in the past 11 months or the past few months. They didn't have a clue. And then 9 of those actually said that they used it in the past few days, but didn't really use it daily, didn't really care to use it. And so as students at Prairie High School, 20 students is 10% of our grade of our school. And so if we look at it, it really, as a whole, at Prairie High School, it would be much simpler for us to have newspapers online where it's easy to access, right there at our fingertips, and where we can have it with us all the time. Whereas in a newspaper, you have to read through it, you have to figure it out, you don't really know what you're reading. And I talked to the principal at school here, Chad Williams, and he said that he's for putting newspapers completely online. He brought it to my attention that some are already online, but not the small ones like our Post-Register or Jefferson Star. And so he said that it would be much easier to access and right there, easy, simple, and right at our fingertips, as I said. And also Damian Smith, he's the vice principal at Prairie High School. He said the same thing, and he said that for newspapers, he thinks that most people just use it to have just in their routine, and the older generation are so used to having that newspaper, that Sudoku to fill out and all that they just get in a routine. It might be relaxing for them. But he said as the new generation is growing older and becoming the normal, that more and more people would much rather have it on devices instead of having to go through papers and papers. And so I know that for me as a teenage girl, I would definitely much rather have it right at my fingertips, right there. Not have to go through a paper, go through all the advertisements, go through all the coupons, all those random things that I don't really care about. The last thing I'd like to bring to attention is why online. Well, one, there's no space for restrictions. When you're looking through newspaper articles, some articles, they cannot fill exactly all that they want to say in it because they don't have room, and there's just not room on that sheet of paper. And even when it goes to A26 or whatever it says, there's still not enough room just to put in all that you want to put in on that article. Link availability, how easy would it be instead of talking about a video or talking about media in the newspaper in an article, just clicking on that and going straight to that and being able to look at it and being able to have it right there. There's no limits on length, as I said. You don't have to worry about how long. Words, photos, sounds, and video can be easily accessed. Along with links, you can easily click on it, you can easily grab a photo, you can easily do all of these things. And it's a lot more convenient just to have it right there. And also, without printing it, you don't have to worry about the cost of money to print those things. And it's also fast checking. As I've said through this whole speech, is that it's very easy and it's very doable. And I know that as students of Riley High School and as this new generation of technology, we can all easily access newspaper online if it was online. And I know that that would be a much better way to run things and be cheaper and cost less, and the history of it, we just have to keep moving forward, and this is one way that we can.